What approach did Keir Starmer take to address the riots in Southport? Keir Starmer, a conservative prime minister in Labour clothing? Critics of Keir Starmer have accused the prime minister of dramatic overreach in his first 6 months, likening his policies to historical upheavals such as Henry VIII's dissolution of the monasteries, Stalin's purges, or Herod's infamous decree. Yet, while debates over policies like imposing VAT on private school fees, extending inheritance tax to farmland, and means-testing winter fuel allowances for pensioners are warranted, these modest fiscal adjustments hardly signal revolutionary Marxism. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for all things Westminster. As mentioned in the introduction, here is the clip. In fact, beneath the hyperbolic headlines, a striking truth emerges about the UK's first Labour-led government in 14 years. Starmer, the once progressive human rights lawyer from North London, is governing with a distinctly conservative hand. Starmer faced his first major test in July following riots triggered by the tragic murder of children at a Southport dance class. His response: swift arrests, fast-tracked trials, and harsh sentences. Actions reminiscent of Michael Howard's tenure as Home Secretary. The strategy restored public order quickly and decisively. Chancellor Rachel Reeves' October budget reflected a pragmatic approach. Faced with soaring NHS waiting lists and funding crises in local government and justice administration, Reeves opted to raise employer national insurance contributions. This targeted move, designed to capitalize on high employment rates, avoided more divisive measures like a wealth tax or increased corporate tax, earning nods of approval from business leaders. Eschewing camaraderie with progressive figures like U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris, Starmer instead pursued a strategic meeting with Donald Trump, reflecting a pragmatic focus on the enduring U.S.-UK alliance. From championing free trade to backing Ukraine against Russian aggression, Starmer has positioned himself as a robust advocate for British interests. He's also worked to strengthen ties with right-leaning leaders such as Italy's Giorgia Meloni and has sought economic partnerships with Gulf states like Saudi Arabia and Qatar. In December, Starmer unveiled the government's Plan for Change, attacking excessive regulations that hinder infrastructure development. His rhetoric echoed Margaret Thatcher's boldness, lambasting the alliance of naysayers and bureaucratic inertia. His call to action has impressed top business leaders, but only time will tell if he can deliver on his promises. There have been lapses into traditional labor territory, notably with concessions to militant railway unions and hefty pay raises for train drivers without securing productivity gains. Critics have also questioned the need for a state regulator in football, one of the UK's most successful industries. Despite these minor missteps, Starmer is emerging as a patriotic pro-business leader, what many might recognize as a conservative in practice, if not by party label. As 2025 dawns, the UK finds itself under a Labour government that might surprise its critics, one committed to stability, growth, and pragmatism. Keir Starmer implemented swift arrests, accelerated court hearings, and tough sentences to restore public order following the riots in Southport.